Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on UppTalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say UppTalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you're new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Today we will target field history tracking, OWD and manual sharing. Field history tracking, that's the first topic for the day. We created an object called patient detail on that day. Let me open that. Click on tweet. Can you repeat the topic? What is the topic? It's field history tracking. Oh, field history tracking. Click on patient details. In your own environment, you must have the tab for patient detail. Click on any report of patient details. Let's change the membership ID from 123 4 to 123 4 5. Click on Save. Like make any random change. Just change the name of membership ID. And we don't have any logs. Like what was the old value? What is the new value? The only thing that we have is that Sumit has done this change on 7:06 p.m. But what was the change? For the data security purpose, this is like insufficient information. Like if someone is leaving the organization and he intentionally destroy our data, we should have logs somewhere. For that purpose, we have something called field history tracking. We can put any field on tracking and any change in that field data will be tracked at some place in Salesforce. How do you know this? This applies to, all the fields under all the objects, all the fields. How to, let's say, I need to put membership ID on tracking. Click on Edit Object. Very simple topic, but very powerful usage. Under Object Manager, go to Fields and Relationship. Click on that. We have something called Set History Tracking. This is under Object Manager. Object Manager, search for your object. Click on Fields and Relationship. Now click on Set Field, Set History Tracking. Click on that. I need to put membership ID on tracking. Let's select membership ID. I can select other fields as well. For now, let's select membership ID. You can select any number of fields in your environment while practicing. Click on Save. Now there is a special section on the layout, like on this page, Layout. There is a special section where these logs will be captured. To see these logs, I need to edit page layout as well. Click on Page Layout and click on Edit. Ha. Your object name plus history. The name we need to add a related list. Click on Related List and find out the related list with the name of object plus history. Our name of object is Patient Detail. The related list name would be Patient Detail History. Here we have this Patient Detail History. Drag it and drop it and click on Save. We need to add a related list with the name Object. Are we just creating a page where we can see all the logs? The page is already there. If you can see here this Amit Malhotra, we have a page like fields are there, sections are there. On this page, we need to add a particular section where logs will be maintained. Let's say I am enabling logs for patient detail for each and every object. There will be a special section where logs will be maintained. The name of that section would be object plus history. That means if the name is Sumit, the name of section would be Sumit History. If the name is patient detail, name of the section would be patient detail history. This is the name of section that we have added on the page layout. It's under related list. And finally, click on save. Any issues till now? No, I'm good. Let's click on save. Now let's go back to our record. Now let me do one thing. Let me change membership ID from null 2345 to 1234 and click on save. Now go to related. In the log, the field change was membership. ID Sumit changed that original value, new value, timestamp. Everything is being recorded. That is the beauty of say now the requirement is I need to add name as well in the tracking. What would be the step for that? Just go to Object Manager Field Relationships, click on that button and select name as well. Let's quickly do that again. Hit Object. It will help you to again see that flow. Go to Object Manager Field and Relationship Statistic Tracking Patient Detail. One quick question. This page, the one we are seeing now, this will show us all the fields that are in the object. Exactly. And the ones which are already selected, that means those fields are already being tracked. And the ones where the checkbox is not checked, we can select them and add them to tracking as well. Let's select patient detail name for the tracking. Now go back to our record, refresh this screen, and change the name to something else now and we'll verify. Let's say I'm adding Amit Malhotra one. Let's go to related. Amit Malhotra. Amit Malhotra, one field was patient detail name Sumit has changed and the time. Everything is being tracked. That means our data is safe. If someone is intentionally making some wrong updates, we have the backup. We can restore that to correct values. That is the beauty of field history tracking. No, I'm good. If we are good, let's jump to our next topic. Just perform the practical of the permissions field history tracking. Everything is very important to practical implementation on a daily basis. That would be I went all the way to the permission thing, but then the user was not there and I was not sure if I can change the other ones. And I thought it should already be there in my account. I don't realize it's something we created. Next time that's social, because otherwise, we'll forget the thing. The practical implementation is a must. Now, the second topic for the day is OWD. What is OWD is org wide default. That means org by default is directly responsible for data access. For each and every object in my environment, I can set OWD. What impact it has and how many types of OWD we have. Let's discuss that. We have 4 types of OWD. One is private. Second, we have public read. Only then we have public read write. And finally, we have public read write transfer. What is the meaning of private? Private means if for a particular object OWD is private, I can set any of these 4 as a OWD value for a particular object. Say for a particular object, patient details, I am giving OWD as private. That means the data that I have created. Only I can see my data and anyone above me. Can see my data. That means say I have created 10 records. Only I can see those records. Or anyone above me in the role hierarchy can see those records. Anyone who is below me in the role hierarchy or at par with me in the role hierarchy, they cannot see my data. That is the relevant to private. Now what is public read only? Everybody can in the organization can read. Everyone can see my data, but they cannot edit. That's the restriction they can only see. They cannot do any modification on my data. Now what is public read write? I can read and edit. Everyone can see and edit my data, but with some restrictions. They cannot change owner of my data. If I go to our record quickly, on the record we have an owner field. If I am the owner, only I can change the ownership of my record to someone else. I can make you as owner of my data, but anyone else cannot come and change the ownership of my data. They can make other modifications, but they cannot change owner. Public read write means they cannot change owner of my data and they cannot delete as well. Other than that, they can do any modifications. They can't change the owner and they can't delete. It's really important, very important question from interview point of perspective. From certification, you will be getting different scenarios around this. And many times I have seen people getting confused. Just be very clear that public right does not mean that I can go and I can change the owner of your data, or you can come and you can change the owner of my data. Public read write does not mean that I can go, I can delete Amit Malhotra's data. That is the restriction. But now what is public read write transfer? First of all, this is only available for case and lead object. For other object, it is not available. I cannot set OWD for patient detail as public read write transfer. It is only available for 2 standard objects, case and lead. And now, what is the relevance of that? Everyone can see and edit my data, and they can change owner as well. Owner's restriction is now lifted, but the deletion restriction will stay. but they cannot delete. Any issues in any of these four? No, Sumit. This only applies only for the two standard objects. Two standard objects. Very important question. They will ask you whether for a particular object patient it's a custom object. Can you set OWD as public read write transfer? The answer would be no. We can only set it for two standard objects, case and lead. The admin will be able to do that. But this is very important. Like here, the privilege to change owner as well has been given. That was not there in public read write. Under public read write, you cannot change the owner, but if for a particular object case OWD is public read write transfer and there are like 5 case records that you have created, I can come and change the ownership of your data. That's like very, I would say, critical permission, critical thing. Like I have my data and someone without my, I would say, acceptance. They can come and change the ownership of my data. In OWD, out of all the 4 settings, we cannot delete the data in any of those. The deletion is restricted. Otherwise, there would be a total chaos. Anyone deleted my data? I have deleted their data. That will make the things vulnerable. That's why Salesforce. But other than that, you are aware, like now understood, about the differences. Public read, only public read write, public read write transfer. How to set the OWD? Now, that's the question. Go to settings, I can set up. Click on setup. Many times I have seen people aware about that, about the definition, but they are not aware about the flow, like how to set. And that's the practical thing that we should be aware. Search for sharing. Like I have seen these type of cases, like people aware of the entire definition, but they are not aware about that. How to set that? Click on sharing settings. This is where we also go for the roles. Now we went for that grant access using hierarchy. The same screen, click on edit. If I scroll down to my object, patient detail, let me click on that. Private public read, only public read, right? There is no fourth option. But if I go to case, let me go to case. Here we have case. Let me click on that. We have fourth option. Public read, write transfer. It is only there for two objects, case and lead. That is the place where we set for OWD for now. Let's make all OWD for patient detail as private and click on save. With this comes the next concept for the day. Let me give you a scenario. If all OWD is private and I have created one patient record and you have requested that submit, please give me access for that record. I am not able to see the patient record because you have created that. How would I share my data with you? Got the question? Let me again. OBD is private. And one patient record I have created and you are. below me in role hierarchy? That's what I was about to ask, whether I was below or above. If I'm below, I won't be able to see the record. You are below me. You won't be able to see the data now, but you want to see that data. What are the options? How would I make that data visible to you? That here lies our next concept of sharing. Boom! Now I am the owner of data. I have the full access. We have two types of sharing. One is manual sharing and second is sharing. The rules. This again divided into two types of sharing rules that we'll cover tomorrow, but for now let's understand. We have manual sharing and sharing rules. When to go with manual sharing and when to go with sharing rules. If the data set is limited, say 5, 10, 15 records that I need to share with you. Because it's a manual activity, one by one, I have to go on the record and share them with you. If the data set is limited, always go with manual sharing. If the data set is huge, say like there are 5,000 reports that I need to share with you. Would that be possible for me to go on one by one on 5,000 records? No. If data set is huge, go with sharing rules. How to do the manual sharing? Let's see that today. That's the last topic for the day. And as like we are like in very beginning state of our journey, we'll keep the sessions not very hectic, like bit light, like 35 or 40 minutes. That. Let's see how to share our record manually with a particular user. Say I have created this data, Amit Malhotra. Let's search for patient details. And one by one, we'll verify it using my user and then the second user. This record, owner of this record is myself. That means someone who is below me in the role hierarchy or some other user should not be able to see that data. Let me log in with a marketing user. Let me log in with marketing user. That user is below you. No, on that user hierarchy is no, role is not defined. Anyway, that user will not be able to. Let me log in with marketing user. Patient detail. No record is there. This is not able to see the record that I have created. If I click here on Amit Malhotra 1, this marketing user is also something you created. A marketing user is the one that I have created for my testing purpose. There is a report, Amit Malhotra, one that I have created for my testing for with my user, with the marketing user. I'm not able to see that data now. What we will do? I'll share this record manually with marketing user and I'll come back again. Log in as marketing user and we'll be able to see that data. Let's share this data with marketing user. How to share that? That is very important. I am on this record. Click on this drop down. We have something called sharing. Click on that. With whom I need to share this data. Select that. Marketing user. And here we have two options. Either I can give him only read access or I can give him read and write both. With read access, he will be able to only see my data. With read write, he can make modifications as well on my data. Let's select read only and click save. Now the record is shared with marketing user. But let's verify. Don't believe it. Verify everything. Let's verify. Go to patient details. Amit Malhotra is there. Click on that. I am able to see this data. Let's click on edit. I am not able to edit. When I'm trying to click on edit, I am getting insufficient privilege because I gave only read access. That's how we manually share data with other users. Just remember the concept when the data volume is low because it's a manual activity. If the data volume is 10,000, that will not be possible for me to one by one go and share each and every record with other users. When the data set is huge, always go with sharing rules. Like we have covered introduction to field tracking, OWD manual sharing. Any issues in any of the topics that we have covered today. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.